출발할 때가 됐어. 바람이 마음을 알아주네.
좀 쉬어. 텅텅 폭탄.
바람을 타고 구름이 가도록. 바람과 함께.
부탁해.
자유롭게.
좀 쉬어. 텅텅 튕겨라. 자. 탄재의 이름으로 부탁해. 자.
바람을 타고. 바람이 마음을 알아주네. 자유롭게.
별과 심연을 오늘의 의뢰를
좋았어.
오.
핫! 잘 안 보이지?
자, 깔끔하게 처리해야 돼.
소리라면 다 들었다고. 핫! 차! 하! 일망타진! 이력 장목!
이거나 먹어. 가라.
푹 빠지면 안 돼. 도망치.
뿌리까지 뽑아주지! 얼어붙어라.
좋아. 도망치지 말라고.
이건 어때?
전기 맛 좀 볼래?
자, 아파. 자,
알면서 이게 하늘의 이치. 미안.
도망치지 말라고. 전기 맛 좀 볼래? 블리치.
자,
찌릿찌릿한.
뜨끈뜨끈할.
전기 맛 좀 볼래?
내가
전기 맛 좀.
누룽지야, 불을 춤추자. 핫핫. 어째서? 자,
푹 빠지면 안.
기운 차리세요. 야, 이거나 먹어.
얼어붙어라.
이건 벌이야. 자,
날 만만하게 걷지 마.
이 순간을 영원하게.
좋아. 전기 맛 좀 볼래? 어서 한 번.
잡았다냐? 술 타령.
이건 어때? 미안.
좋아.
나와라 우주.
얼어붙어라.
따따단. 자,
이 순간을 영원하게 만들어주지. 아미아의 환상.
백발백중. 나와라 도끼 백. 탄재의 이름으로
감기 조심. 얌전히 있어. 하!
퇴로는 없어.
출발할 때가 됐어. 출발할 때가 됐어. 이렇게 멋진 경치를 봤으니 당연히 자유롭게 여행하고 싶지. 흩날리는 비바람 속에서 고향을 그리워하네. 이 검은 나와 고향 사이의 유일한 연결고리야. 이렇게 멋진 경치를 봤으니 당연히 하!
준비는 끝. 출발하자.
이번엔 또 뭘 마주치게 될까?
고향을 그리워하네. 이 검은 나와 고향 사이의 유일한
수메르에 도착했으니 다음 목표는 수메르 성에 가서 작은 쿠사나리 화신을 만날 방법을 찾는 거야. 작은 쿠사나리 화신에 대해 아는 건 많지 않지만 네 동생을 데리고 간 신 같지는 않아. 그래도 수메르는 지혜의 나라라고도 불리니 그 지혜의 신을 만난다면 가치 있는 정보를 얻을 수 있을 거야. 수메르 성이 어디 있는지 모르니 우선 7신상이 있는 큰 바위 위에 올라가. 수메르 성이 안 보이더라도 근처에 마을이 있는지 확인할 수 있을 거야. 잠깐만! 저기 봐! 사람이 있어! 히히, 다행이야. 길 찾는 수고를 덜 수 있겠다. 안녕, 우리는 외국에서 온 여행자야. 혹시 길을 알려줄 수 있을까? 못 들은 걸까? 저기 앞에 지나가는 너 말이야. 길 좀 물을 수 있을까? 이게 무슨 상황이야? 분명 내가 부르는 걸 들었으면서 모른 척 가버렸어. 근데 저 사람은 우리 무시했지. 다른 사람이 보이면 길을 물어보자. 가자. 들키지 않게 몰래 길을 따라가자.
연기 신속. 귀찮게 하는 거.
흩어져라.
흡착력 테스트 치료 시 슈퍼 바람 모듈.
아가씨의 뜻대로.
탕탕 폭탄. 짜자잔. 나와라 우주. 내 푸름의 꿈. 안전거리 확보. 자, 자.
내게 한번 하자.
탄재의 이름으로 텅텅 튕겨라. 훗! 따라라.
이 세계도 나한테 응답하는 걸까?
폭포 근처에서 갑자기 사라졌어. 우리도 가서 확인해보자. 이 동굴이 마을로 통하는 입구인 줄 알았는데 아니었나봐. 저기 봐, 저기 앉아있어. 설마 이곳에 사는 건 아니겠지? 이제 어떻게 하지? 가서 다시 한번 물어볼까? 저 사람 명상하고 있는 것 같아. 정말 상쾌한 냄새가 나. 저 향로에서 나는 냄새 같아. 이렇게 열악한 곳에 살아도 향긋한 냄새를 맡으며 명상할 수 있다니. 이런 삶도 나쁘지 않네. 왜 그래? 갑자기 안색이 왜 이렇게 나빠졌어? 왜? 향기 때문에 그런 거야? 난 아무런 느낌 안 드는데. 왜 그래? 정신 차려. 정말 괜찮은 거 맞아? 시간이 벌써 이렇게 많이 지났는데. 조금만 기다려봐. 스승님은 학식이 넓으시니 괜찮다고 하셨으면 별일 없을 거야. 정신이 들어? 드디어 깨어났구나. 정말 다행이야. 여긴 맞아. 네가 기절했을 때 너무 긴장해서 여기가 어딘지 물어보는 걸 깜빡했어. 여긴 간다르바 성곽이야. 수메르 학자들이 우림에 지은 임시 휴식처지. 지금은 숲의 순찰자들이 주둔하고 있어. 반가워. 난 콜레이라고 해. 숲의 견습 순찰자야. 오늘 스승님과 순찰을 돌던 중에 쓰러진 널 발견해서 이곳으로 데리고 왔어. 아니, 나한테 고마워할 필요 없어. 사실 별로 한 게 없거든. 기분은 좀 어때? 불편한 곳은 없어? 그건 스승님이 제조한 탕약이야. 네가 기절했을 때 스승님이 약을 조금 먹였거든. 맞다. 스승님이 네가 깨어나면 한 번 더 먹어야 한다고 하셨어. 지금 바로 가져다 줄게.
콜레이, 무슨 일이야? 약 가져가려고? 여기 있는 건 함부로 건들지 말라고 했잖아. 이따 내가 할게.
죄송해요, 스승님.
아비디아 숲 식용버섯 도감은 게시판에서 확인할 수 있는데 파보드 씨가 또 기억을 못하면 다른 곳에 붙일 수밖에 없겠어. 이마에 붙여서 다른 사람이 상기시켜 줄 수 있도록 해야지.
그러고 보니 그 사람 이번 달에만 벌써 2번이나 탈이 났어요. 따끔하게 혼내줘야겠는걸요?
뭐 눈앞에서 요정들이 빙글빙글 도는 게 그렇게도 좋다면 방금 한 말은 없었던 걸로 하죠. 하지만 다음부터는 약값을 받는다고 하세요. 어때? 좀 괜찮아졌어?
이분이 바로 내 스승님, 숲의 순찰관 타이나리 씨야. 간다르바 성곽 순찰자들의 상사셔.
네가 의식을 잃은 원인을 페이몬에게 말해주긴 했지만 깨어났으니 직접 설명해줄게. 수메르 일부 학파학자들은 숲속에서 수련하느라 영분향이라는 식물로 향을 피워 심신을 안정시키고 명상을 하거든. 너희 둘은 길을 묻기 위해 하이파시아라는 학자가 은거하는 동굴에 다가갔고 안에선 마침 그 향을 피우고 있었지. 그 향은 대부분의 사람들에겐 영향을 주지 않지만 극소수의 사람들의 정신을 자극시키기도 해. 네가 거기에 속하는 거고. 어때? 좋아. 그럼 이제 내 질문에 대답해줘. 쓰러질 때 다른 느낌은 없었니? 혹시 자아의식이 남아있었어? 뭔가 보이진 않았고? 콜레이? 다른 사람들에게 순찰 일지를 여기로 가져오지 말아달라 전해줘.
네?
이 친구들은 한동안 내 방에서 머물러야 할 것 같아. 난 아미르 씨 집에서 잠시 지낼 거고. 그러니 어서 가봐.
네, 알겠습니다. 잠깐! 무슨 상황이야?
깨어난 후에 약만 먹으면 괜찮을 거라고 생각했는데 간다르바 성곽에서 며칠 동안 요양하며 지켜봐야 할 것 같아.
요양하며 지켜본다고?
조급해하지 마. 네가 사리에 밝은 사람이라면 지금 너의 상태가 꽤나 심각한 걸 알 수 있을 거야. 방금 네 말대로라면 그 향이 너한테 강렬한 환각을 일으킨 탓에 너의 정신은 온전치 않을 거야. 이 냄새를 한번 맡아봐.
괜찮아?
네가 쓰러졌을 때와 느낌이 비슷하지? 지금은 정신이 맑을지 몰라도 그 상태로는 갑자기 또 어디선가 정신을 잃을 수 있어. 우리맨 맹수들도 많고 위험구역도 많아. 다음번에도 이렇게 운이 좋을 거라는 보장은 없. 이 냄새를 맡아도 괜찮아질 때까지 약 잘 챙겨 먹고 최대한 단독 행동은 자제해줘. 알겠지? 조금 더 쉬어. 난 가서 약을 더 다려올게.
이럴 수가. 수메르에 오자마자 이런 일이 생기다니. 작은 쿠사나리 화신을 빨리 만나고 싶은 건 알겠지만 지금 몸 상태가 좋지 않으니 회복부터 하자. 이봐, 내 말 듣고 있어? 정말 걱정했다고. 이상하다고? 몸 상태가 이상한 거야? 그때 본 나무 뿌리와 붉은 하늘? 그게 환각이 아니라면? 그래, 넌 체질이 워낙 특이하니까 너의 판단을 믿을게. 근데 왜 타이나리가 네 몸 상태를 잘못 판단했는데 더 나빠지지는 않겠지? 그러니까 타이나리는 네가 본 게 환각이 아니란 걸 알면서 일부러 둘러댔다는 거야? 알겠어. 네가 왜 아무 말 없이 가만히 있었는지 알겠네. 당분간 이곳에 편하게 머무르면서 몸도 근데 타이나리한테 직접 물어보는 건 안 될 것 같아. 좋은 생각 있어? 그러면 되겠다. 콜레이는 항상 친절한... 날이 밝았으니 콜레이를 찾아가 보자.
좋아. 다음은 오른손. 상태는 괜찮은 것 같네. 그래도 조심해야 해. 알겠지?
네, 알겠어요. 참, 스승님. 오늘의 순찰 노선도를 아직 못 받았어요.
오늘은 갈 길이 머니까 넌 같이 가지 않는 게 좋겠어. 그것들이 나타날 수 있으니까.
저한테도 신의 눈이 있는데 아무런 도움도 못 되네요.
그런 말 마. 지금은 그런 걱정을 할 때가 아니야. 왔어? 몸은 좀 어때?
맞아. 이곳에 남아있는 동안 뭐라도 좀 돕고 싶어.
한시도 가만히 못 있는 타입이구나. 알았어. 그러면 콜레이랑 같이 간다르바 성곽 남쪽을 순찰해줘. 그리고 체력이 남는다면 7 신상 청소도 부탁할게.
타이다리님! 준비 끝났습니다!
바로 갈게요. 우리는 숲속에 가야 하니 나머지는 콜레이가 설명해 줄 거야.
네, 맡겨주세요. 콜레이, 우리 이제 뭐 하면 돼? 타이나리가 7 신상을 청소해야 한다고 했잖아. 청소도 숲의 순찰자의 업무였다니. 맞아. 숲의 순찰자의 업무 범위는 도로 상황 확인, 숲속 시설 점검, 화재 위험 요소 제거, 여행객에게 도움 제공. 스승님은 우림의 위험 구역을 처리하러 7 신상에 가기 전에 가로등부터 점검하. 페이몬, 여행자, 여기로 가자. 가로등은 내가 확인할게. 너희들은 주변에 별 문제 없는지 확인해줘. 따라라. 이 가로등은 문제 없으니 계속 가보자. 이 등은 조금 느슨하네. 기록해둬야겠어. 좋아, 이 가로등은 문제 없어. 따라라, 따다다. 7 신상은 저 거대한 암석 위에 있어. 저번에 이 길을 지나올 때 본 적 있을 거야. 좀 높지? 올라가기 힘들면 올라가지 않아도 괜찮아. 청소 안 해도 스승님이 별말 안 하실 거야. 그래? 그럼 너한테 맡길게. 신상 나도 같이 올라갈게. 히히. 맞다, 콜레이. 프레시는 어떤 신인지 알고 있어? 위대한 루카데바타님을 말하는 거야? 작은 쿠사나리 화신님을 말하는 거야? 왜? 위대한 루카데바타? 아, 설마 전대 프레신 이름이야? 맞아. 위대한 루카데바타님은 수메르 초대 프레신이셨어. 그분이 우림을 만들고 사막 변두리에 방사벽을 세우신 덕에 수메르 사람들에게 그분은 지혜와 인자함 그리고 전지전능함의 표본이지. 하지만 수백 년 전의 재난 때 모습을 감추셨어. 스승님은 현자들이 새로 태어난 프레신을 찾아 수메르로 데리고 왔다고 하셨어. 신을 되찾은 걸 축하하기 위해 현자들은 작은 쿠사나리 화신이라는 칭호를 붙여줬고 정성궁이라는 거처도 마련해줬지. 응, 그러고는 그 후로는 잘 모른다고? 콜레이는 난 수메르 사람이 맞지만 우리가 낯선 외부인이라서 말하기 좀 그런가? 아니, 오해야. 뭘 숨기려고 하는 게 아니야. 너희들은 내게 낯선 사람이 아닌걸? 그게... 너희도 엠버를 알지? 잠깐, 설마... 맞아, 정확해. 몬디에서 한동안 머문 적이 있는데 그때 엠버가 많이 도와줬거든. 엠버 때문에 내가 변했다고 해도 과언이 아니야. 엠버는 정말 굉장해. 삶에 열정이 넘치고 정의롭잖아. 행동력 있고 배려심 넘치고 늘 따뜻한 불꽃이 되어 다른 사람을 비춰주지. 난 엠버가 최고의 정찰기사라고 생각해. 사람들이 몬디에 도착하면 가장 먼저 정찰기사의 주 목적은 그게 아닌 것 같지만 미안. 괜찮아. 근데 우리가 엠버랑 스메르에 돌아온 후에도 엠버랑 편지로 계속 연락을 주고받고 있거든. 엠버가 편지에서 몬드성이 드래곤에게 습격당한 일을 말한 적이 있는데 금발의 모험가 어제 너희를 보자마자 알아봤지. 여행자가 막 정신을 차린 참이라 말을 그랬구나. 응. 그 그러니까 안심해. 프레신에 대해서 알려주고 싶은데 나 괜찮아. 방금 알려준 정보만 해도 꽤 가치 있는 도움이 되었다니 다행이네. 그렇구나. 나한테 말해줘서 고마워. 고맙긴. 우린 친구 좋아. 응, 그럼 부탁. 전에는 몰랐는데 지금 보니까 이 신상 몸집이 정말 작네. 이 신상은 위대한 루카데바타일까? 작은 쿠사나리 화신일까? 신상의 모습을 보니 이름과 정말 어쨌든 언젠 신상을 청소하자. 내가 날아서 위를 청소할 때 신상 청소는 끝난 것 같으니 콜레이랑 합류하러 가자. We're back! Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us. Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey! Don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that. I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. What the? No, you dropped it on the ground. Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine. Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so... You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time. Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy... Oh! I guess it happens from time to time. So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments. No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy about his responses. Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. Every day he helps the locals of the forest and passes on his extensive knowledge to trainees like me. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why? Is he going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kali started to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry?
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow.
I created...
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She... All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is...
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for...
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good...
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the traveler. You must follow
No problem!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Germinate!
By royal decree.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the...
Let me take a look. Good. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quick—
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an... Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the... Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of...
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. Thank you, but I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is your first time. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, you ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Oz, reveal thyself! Boing, boing, La la la!
Scatter!
Swirl, Mark 2, absorption test. Wish me luck. Let's go.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor. Now, destroy the tumors of the withering. Yes, thanks to you two.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depend. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? Well, why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep under. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first—
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it, huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat. and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any... No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great...
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Shh! Kali's...
La la la.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Hey! There's nobody here. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
hungry. Need water.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait. Why Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh. Wow, this place is huge! I knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind. Just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
By royal decree.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Let the show begin. Pew! No fair!
Shadow Raven, let night fall! What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Well. Looks like we meet again, travel.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you. Bow before the abyss.
Oz, repeat. Dumpy Dumpty Go!
Germinate!
Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying... The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
we do? Oh, there she is! Quick!
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Oh, guess that makes sense. She does look kind of... Anyways, we can talk about this later. Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this?
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my...
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tainari...
Let's use the... Oh, it smells up...
La la la.
Are you already finished cooking? Mmm, smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a... Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn eel primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. That's all right. I'm sure you'll come to a clearer understanding as...
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long...
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experienced a sensory overload. Hence the adverse reaction. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though. It appears you've already... Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn ale should no longer...
Well, that's...
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could...
Whoa! You're really serious about...
I am a researcher. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for if only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of
Whoa! So knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous! Aren't you afraid of the risks, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the curious power.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound...
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however... The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the God of Wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stopped. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the Academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've...
So, do you have any thoughts about the thing?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I... World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and... There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharva.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me. Take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area. I would be happy to chat with you.